The co-founder of the Born This Way Foundation is Lady Gaga's mother, Cynthia Germanotta. She joins us this morning. We're so happy that she can be with us because the message is so important, right?
It's very important, yes. Thank you very much for having me.
Tell us about the mission of the Born This Way Foundation.
The mission of the foundation is to empower young people to build a kinder and braver world. And we do that by fostering kind communities, by raising the awareness around mental health, reducing the stigma around mental health, and promoting kind communities.
150,000 people have been helped so far, and those numbers are growing every day. In the climate that we're in right now, which seems there's so much vitriol and separation, your foundation is shining a light so the next generation will not feel what maybe past generations have felt. Your thoughts on that?
Well, the thoughts, we recently conducted a survey with Benenson Strategy Group of some 3,000 young people nationally and over 1,000 parents. And the reason this is important is we learned a couple of really important things about their mental health. Is that peers matter in terms of who young people will talk to. You know, despite the growing amount of social media, they still will not always talk to their parents and have very, very few people to talk to. Kindness matters. People that report being in kind communities have a higher mental health index score. And resources matter in terms of having access to quality resources for young people.
Cynthia, your daughter has been pretty vocal about her struggles with bullying as a kid, how she's experienced anxiety and depression. Why has she decided to come forward with that and share that with all of her fans, that she experienced that growing up?
She's decided to come forward to help other young people. I mean, it's incredibly important. The good news, some of the things we found out about New York City, for example, is that New York is actually outperforming the nation in a couple of areas, and that's in terms of how kind the schools are here. Very simple things like saying hi to students, like accepting people that are different, and like having classes around mental health are incredibly important.
I think the message really is about inclusivity, not exclusivity, and I think New York has always been a reflection of that. And you know, your daughter holding that torch and saying, you know what, it's okay. And people like me, we also feel the pressures of what society has placed on us. So you have a safe space that you can go to and feel okay.
Absolutely.
And as a mom, that's like, you must be like, oh, I raised a great daughter.
Well, you know, it kind of gets at the foundation of the core of a young person. Them feeling good, them being able to thrive and be their best selves, and to do that they have to be in kind communities.
So let's talk about your daughter, because to us she's Lady Gaga, but to you she's just your daughter. So what was she like growing up? What was Lady Gaga like as a kid?
She was amazing, but I will also say she was unique, and that uniqueness wasn't always appreciated by her peers. And she was taunted, humiliated, and these are the things that really drove her to build this foundation to help other young people avoid the types of struggles that she had.
And also now with all the cyberbullying and everything that goes on in these other spaces that aren't so safe. I mean, if you as an adult are feeling if you sweat any of these comments, can you imagine what your child is feeling, or can you imagine what the seclusion that somebody would feel if they are tormented? What I'm curious is, are you going tonight to the concert at all?
Absolutely going tonight, and
we
have a pop-up there for our foundation, and we're promoting a couple of local partners, Exploring the Arts, which is Tony Bennett and Susan Benedetto's foundation, and also the Lupus Research Alliance, which is Woody Johnson and many other incredible people like Ken Farber's foundation.
Listen, Tony Bennett is going to be in concert at Radio City. Can we see your daughter pop up, possibly for
I hope so. I know she would love it.
Let me ask you something. Obviously, you must be so proud of her for not only her singing, but all the good she's doing with this foundation.
No, I am, and to use her voice for something very positive like this makes me very proud as a parent to have the opportunity to help young people all over the world and help them create this kinder and braver world.
It is a global world that we live in. Can we talk about the Netflix documentary that's out in September? Gaga 5 Feet 2. What does that represent? Can you give us a preview of that?
I have to tell you, I haven't seen it. But what I will tell you is that you will see a very raw side of her life and the anxieties and the depressions that she has experienced, and which is, a huge motivation for why she has built the foundation and why we've conducted the survey to help other young people.
Is it hard as a mom to look at the documentary and see how raw it is, and to see her? I mean, I have children. I can only imagine as a mom, all you want to do is fix the issues. You just want to hug them and say it's going to be okay. But to have her kind of document this process,
yes.
Is it tough for you?
It's very tough, and I'm sure it's tough for other parents.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we learned in our survey, for example, in New York, is that parents grossly underestimate the level of anxiety that their children are under. 1 out of 5 young people report being anxious, yet 1 out of 20 parents in New York City reported that, which was actually double the national average. So, you know, you can't always read and understand the emotions your children are going through.
We know you're going to be at Citi Field tonight cheering on your daughter. What is it like for you to watch her on stage with thousands of screaming fans all around her, living out her dream?
You know, every time it's overwhelming, and every time, you know, I'm proud. My other daughter also is on tour working in wardrobe, so it's a family affair. My husband travels with us, so it's really been wonderful.
And the restaurant, how's it doing?
It's doing great.
Your favorite thing on the menu, out of curiosity?
Oh, well, I have what's called the Cynthia salad, so I love that.
That's your salad?
Yes.
Listen, how do you feel about, you know, the album, Joanne, your sister, right? Her aunt. What does that feel for you to have that be such a big part of her life, a tribute to her?
Well, it feels, it's a happy thing for us. You know, it was a tribute to honor her. To also honor the struggles that she went through, you know, having suffered as a young woman with a disease that many other young people have, and it's a happy thing for us.
Cynthia, if people want more information about the Born This Way Foundation, how can they get it?
So they can go to bornthisway.foundation. They can also check out a great program we have called Channel Kindness, which you will see in action in the community here. This is actually young people that are reporters that are reporting on acts of kindness in their communities.
Nice?
Aspiring journalists.
Yeah, good news.
Very, very good news.
You know, really
change.
changing the diatribe of the collective consciousness into something that's a little bit more positive.
And these young people want to do that in their communities. They want it. They're very aspirational. They want a better world. So having them out there finding, sourcing, and telling these wonderful stories has been very heartwarming.
Well, cheers to you. Cheers to your daughter. Can't wait to go up tonight.
Check
out the show.
I hope we see you there.
We'll be cheering her on. Cynthia Germanotta from the Born This Way Foundation, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Good day, New York.